Thank you guys for joining me for another video. Today, I'm starting this video off with shadow work. I am working on understanding the gift of mercy and grace because I'm going to be honest, I'm at a crossroads. Staying fair all the time, you get blessed abundantly because you deal with a lot of unfair situations. However, you're able to see things clearly, effectively, concisely, to the point that you are able to help bring change where change is needed. So I'm getting to the point where I'm understanding I'm not going to have tolerance for certain negative habits of others that can negatively impact my overall well-being. I'm also being mindful that how this is represented and expressed needs to be in alignment with my external environment. So this reading is going to be talking about how do we continue to maintain our overall well-being while coexisting with people who are reckless to themselves and others. Let's get a quick message from the cards, and I hope this blesses everyone well. We have the 10 of Cups here, supported by the Ace of Wands and the 9 of Cups. Now, I'm going to get some clarifying cards. What message does the 10 of Cups, what is it expressing, Most High? We have fruition. Rest assured, your dreams and visions will come to fruition. So, with the 10 of Cups here, please relax. Job well done. Something that you've been working on is here. Something that you have been working on is here. Now, the 10 of Cups talks about family harmony, family trust, and those dynamics of that sort. This is beautiful. So, it's not often that people get the 10 of Cups in their reading. If one does get the 10 of Cups in their reading, it means you've been putting in the necessary work to get this fruition. If you are familiar with individuals who will say, we're a happy family, and they're very vocal about it on social media, but they're the ones who end up getting divorces, and you end up finding out, family secrets. That's not the 10 of Cups energy. That's the 5 of Cups energy. A pattern of grief. So this is also saying there's family secrets coming out connected to grief. If anyone has been trying to negatively impact your family foundation, it's because they were having a lot of grief in their family dynamics, and that is actually coming to the surface. People are going to be discussing it because they're going to be putting 2 and 2 together. If these people come out into public and act like everything is well, but then behind closed doors, what's really going on is insidious beyond nature, people start to put together what someone's motives are. If they have been trying to actively sabotage you, having a happier family unit than them. So you could have people who are envious and jealous of the fact that you would actually have a happy family, and they know that they won't because they're not actually putting in the effort to have a happy family. So this is saying, rest assured, something that you've been working hard for is here. If you don't actually see it the way you thought it would play out, it's because it's going to play out even better than you can imagine. All right. Now let's go with the Ace of Wands. What message does the Ace of Wands have for us? Freedom. Follow your heart and nurture your soul with love and freedom to grow. So let's talk about this Ace of Wands here. With the freedom here, this is talking about sexual freedom. Now, let's talk about what actual sexual freedom is. Actual sexual freedom is speaking about having self-discipline, self-awareness, self-control. Implementing this in sexual practices makes sex sacred. Sex is a sacred act, but we have grew up in a society that has hypersexualized sacred sexuality. So, crimes as common as rape are so well known to this point. It's because we've lived in a hypersexualized society to the point that you would wonder why you would be gaslit by someone if you called them out on their sex addictions. So someone who has a sex addiction, let's just say if they have been going about sexually harassing people, trying to get away with it, let's just say it's about to get real ugly for them. And not in the manner where they're going to expose themselves in public. They're going to be exposed to the very same amount of sexual harassment in the manner that they do it. And it's going to happen to them. So if you know people who have been sexually harassing people for a living, you're going to really see them be humbled over a long period of time. So this is saying if you of adult age and you like to participate in sexual healing with a equally healthy person, that does exist. However, the reality of the situation is toxic people have been cop blocking healthy sexual experiences. It's like toxic people have been doing everything that they can to make it so that healthy people have sex with them, but they don't want healthy people to have sex with healthy people, because that means there will actually be healthy families that don't have domestic abuse, that don't have pedophilia, that where children won't say they were molested, where there won't be deficit finances. It's like toxic people have piss poor survival skills, but the only thing they're truly good at is sex. And when they get lazy with that, you don't even want anything to do with them. But they like to force themselves on healthy people out of survival. And it's like being with them is like being in battle and war. So if you know of anybody who has been trying to hide that they are professional perverts and sexual harassers, what's going to make them break is they're going to experience sexual harassment in the same manner that they have done it to others. So this will allow you to be able to take the time to be able to clarify what you want to experience sexually so that you're not disappointed sexually. Okay? Toxic people eventually end up disappointing you sexually. They may start out great, but the drama, conflict, chaos, and confusion that comes with them is simply not worth it. So this is saying with the Ace of Wands and freedom, you don't have to worry about these people no more, because these people about to get a taste of their own medicine. Now we also have the Nine of Cups. Let's get into it. We have vision. Trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. So with the Nine of Cups here, look, it's time to bring those dreams to fruition, okay? You may be having dreams about wish fulfillments coming in. You may be dreaming about things that you've been manifesting happening and things like that. And this is to keep you going. This is to keep you looking forward to, it's looking forward to every day, especially when you're dealing with toxic people who choose to be in denial that they are toxic to the point where you can no longer have tolerance for them. So you may be being blessed with dreams to help you stay focused on the goal, because part of reaching that goal is having to interact with individuals who hate themselves and project that onto others. It's just the reality of the external environment that we are currently living in. And notice I said currently. So you could definitely be blessed with dreams to help you stay focused on what to expect If you just, keep doing what is going to be best for your higher self, when you're dealing with people who do not want to take accountability for how their life has turned out. Now let's also get one more additional message. I feel like I'm not meant to share that message, but just know you will be having more privacy blessed to you, okay? You'll have way more privacy blessed to you. And you guys are being blessed with the gift of privacy for being able to, stomach that shadow work that we just did together. And that's shadow work for me, doing stuff like that. You guys are being blessed with a gift of privacy generationally, okay? But this is not a gift of privacy to exploit or to abuse. This is a gift of privacy to basically reconnect with source, okay? So basically, the message I picked up is that you're being blessed with a gift of privacy. So this will provide you additional safety for your family, because the more intrusive neighbors, frenemies know about your personal life, the more opportunities they can create to cause you instability, to profit off of your agony. And that is how a lot of people have been making money, causing a lot of people anxiety, because they actually lack decent business skills, integrity-filled business skills. So that's going to be exposed as well. And this is why you're going to be able to have more privacy, because the people that need to get exposed, who would have violated your privacy, there's no reason they should be violating others' privacies as greatly as they've been doing it. They have way too many skeletons in their closet, and those skeletons are about to come falling out, okay? So that's one reason why you watching this video, you'll be blessed with privacy, okay? Now let's also get an additional message and a positive affirmation. We have release. Release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. This is a time to continue cord cutting with toxic karmic people. I don't care how many times they try to come back. Cord cut, cord cut, cord cut. If you have to cord cut 12 times a day, do not let toxic people come around you. They carry the spirit of poverty. And if you have poverty-stricken people come around you, they intentionally try to disrupt your money flow. And the fact that we are adults and we have to pay rent, anybody that's willing to disrupt your money flow got to go. Anybody that's willing to disrupt your money flow got to go. I don't care if they try to gaslight the situation. I don't care if they try to play victim. You better let them people go, because what's going to happen is they don't care if you out on the street. They don't care if they out on the street. Being homeless with dumbass people only makes you angrier. So you can only imagine how these toxic ass people who do not have the decent ability to maintain a home on their own, when they are not able to get a home in the wintertime, baby, you can only imagine the excuses that they'll make up to get away with pure murder. So get rid of their asses. I don't care how many times you have to say the same boundary to them. You have to stay focused on finances so y'all can make sure y'all children eating the food they need to eat, healthy foods, so y'all children can have good jackets for when wintertime comes. Not to be worried about, is he in love with me? Does he care about me? Who gives a fuck about that? This is a time, let go of anybody where it's going to be difficult to maintain a roof over your head. If they're stressful, if they're combative, if they don't get full understanding of a situation before they take action, let their asses go. And let's get the positive affirmation. Somebody needed to hear that, because we in a time now where don't play about your money, baby. Don't play about the money. It's not a good time to play dumb when it comes to understanding where you are financially. This is where you'll have scams and thieves basically exploit your blind sides. Thieves and scammers are looking to exploit one's financial blind side. Okay? Identify your financial blind sides, and you will be able to keep afloat financially. All right? Identifying your financial blind sides will protect you from thieves and scam artists. Because if you choose not to be aware of your financial blind sides, a thief or a scammer will actually, try to jump on this situation. So if you understand how this works, identify your financial blind sides, tackle that shit like a boss, and keep it pushing. That means even if thieves and scammers may try you, if it doesn't work with you, they'll go to an easier victim. And if they are not mindful, they're not going to realize that someone is either learning how to overcome being scammed and thieved from. And they may pick the wrong person to fuck with, and it ends up bad for them. So that's some karma. Anybody who's been trying to rob you is going to meet their match, and they're getting that karma back, all right? When you might even be able to witness them getting that karma as well. Now let's get this positive affirmation. So I'm picking up somebody's going to be humiliated for trying to humiliate you. Now we have spiritual awakening. I will cultivate mindfulness every day so my vibration rises to a spiritual awakening. Someone wanted to humiliate you during your spiritual awakening. They could have tried to gaslight you so that you would doubt that you were having a spiritual awakening. So part of their karma is they're going to be having a spiritual awakening and having to protect themselves from being gaslit. Now, when you find out why these people try to stop you from being when you find out why these people try to stop your spiritual awakening, it's going to be quite hilarious, because the things that they did to disrupt your spiritual awakening was it was either way too far-sighted, and it went on for quite a long time, so that now these people are going to be having spiritual awakenings. They're going to hope that they don't get gaslit as bad as they tried to gaslight you. Now, opening my mind. I open my mind to the love, wisdom, and guidance of the universe, and I will learn to trust again. I'm picking up on people who wanted to basically ride off your coattail, ride your wave. They wanted to tap into your energy, and they wanted to basically live off of your energy. This is how desperate and lazy these people are. So some of them did some very nasty rituals that are backfiring. The rituals didn't work on you, but these rituals are actually tearing their asses up. When I say they did some rituals that they should not have done, you're going to start seeing how return to senders look in the 3D world. If you are blessed to see them getting their karma back, it's going to look like freak accidents, and they won't actually feel comfortable enough to actually tell the truth, because they're going to be afraid of being gaslit while they're having a spiritual awakening of the dark night of the soul. They did some very nasty rituals on you that they wouldn't have wanted done on them. But actually, those rituals is basically whipping their ass, because it's not coming to you. When I say they dabbled in some occult practices that they were warned not to do, and they half-assed it, when I say these return to senders is whooping their ass, if you are blessed to see them get these return to senders, you're going to see how return to senders really look like in the 3D realm. It doesn't look like the movies where it's like, oh my gosh, someone's levitating. It's going to look like some really freak shit is happening, and someone doesn't know what to do, and they're just going to be sitting there trying to figure out how to get away from the situation. And you're going to see how their psyche actually works when fight or flight mode kicks in. So basically, it's like you're going to see they're going to express their psychological fears that they have tried to project onto you and others. So return to senders in the regular world isn't like the movies where someone's levitating and shit. It's like you see weird shit happen to people that you would not have thought it should be happening to. And it's like the way it happens, it's like, yo, is that really happening right now? So some people who did some nasty rituals on you, they're really trying to figure out how to get the root work that was put on them, well, that they put on themselves. Because it didn't get to you, it went to them. They basically were doing root work on themselves. They wanted to destroy you guys. When I say their imagination of destroying you, it could have been a whole new genre of horror and thriller and psychological suspense. They're fearing getting all these return to senders back. But if you're blessed to see it, just continue to forgive them so that you don't, become just like them. Just continue to forgive them as you see them suffering how they hoped you would suffer. Now, let's get the very last affirmation. Having sympathy and acceptance. I protect Mother Earth and have sympathy and acceptance for all living creatures. So, how your foes who are getting these return to senders back, they like to kick you when you were down. Now you're going to be at a crossroads. You're going to be able to see that they're getting exactly what they deserve. And this is a moment where you could say, that's what your bitch ass get. I told y'all niggas. And you can just go on and on. But you'll waste your energy. Or you could do this. I know they're getting what they deserve. And I see that they had this coming. But if I waste my energy hoping that they suffer more than they're already suffering, I'll be suffering. Because I won't be putting my energy into my well-being. If I let my well-being suffer, then I basically am not learning my own lessons if I'm focusing on how bad they're suffering. So this is why forgiveness is going to be of the essence. Because when they're going to be getting that karma back, they're going to be asking you for help. They ain't going to come straight out and ask you for help. But they want you to feel inclined to help them. That's why they might be trying to play up the sympathy factor. And if you are naturally empathic, you may be wanting to be like, I wish I could help you, but I can't help you. Because if I help you, I know you're going to try to fuck me up again. And I'm sensitive. I don't like shit like that. So this is where you find healthy ways to channel that pain and irritation that you may feel that comes up. You can write, you can draw, you can paint. Get creative. This is the best time to do it. The best time to do it. All right? And the reason that these people did not want you to have a spiritual awakening, and I'll tell you guys why. And it's quite funny. It will surprise you why they actually did not want you to have a spiritual awakening. Because they did not want you to know their vulnerabilities. See, the people that have been doing spell work on you guys, they feel weak, inferior, and useless. So they like to dabble in occult practices that they don't actually fully understand. And when those occult practices backfire, they like to basically put that pain and hurt onto others. These people have been really good at doing energy transfer spells. And that's how they normally were able to avoid the backlash of the nasty rituals they were doing. But their transfer spells aren't working anymore. In fact, it's just exposing how emotionally inferior they feel to others and why they could have been oppressing others. So this is a time where you may see some people suffering, and you may actually, want to help that suffering, but you would only cause yourself suffering. And this is how you'll be able to identify if you're an empath or a narcissist. If you're an empath and you choose to start shit with a narcissist who is receiving karma, that means you're a narcissist. If you're an empath who sees a narcissist going through shit and you really want to put your hands on them, but instead you learn more spiritual discipline, and you feel your emotions and you acknowledge, if I could fuck that person up right now, I really would, bro. If I could drag their ass on the ground, I would. If I could take all they got, because they ain't doing what they need to do with it, and I could do some stuff with it, some philanthropic stuff with it, I could do that, but I would be exactly just like them. So let me find a healthier way to deal with that. So let's get you guys some energy so that you guys can know what to do. We got Starseed. Raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant, loving light. Do what you do. If you got people trying to gaslight you and then at the same time emulate you, you the one setting the trends, homie. You the one setting the trends. You see what I'm saying? You the one setting the trends. You got people wanting to basically act as if they're the ones putting out the trends, but they're the ones being controlled. If you're the one setting the trends and you got people who can easily be controlled, trying to control you, identify who you are, and their weaknesses will expose itself. And we're going to end the message there, because at this point, I think we all know what's up at this point. And we got to do what we got to do. So love, peace, and happiness.